And I believe that it's someone in your city for you as well. So shop around your city.
What's up, guys? It's your virtual experience. If you hear my voice, you know what that means. It's another week, and it's time for the Homos Talkshow. And also, we got Fury in the building, as we always do. What's up, Fury?
I'm fine, yourself.
And today's special guest, my coach, Nick Love in the building. What's up, Nick?
What's going on? Thank you guys for having me.
I can't take it. What am I going to do? So damn fine, I don't know what to do. I can't take it. What am I going to do? So damn fine, I don't know what to do. I can't take it.
And we need you to do 3 important things. We need you to like,
Comment and subscribe.
Homos Talk.
Like, subscribe, comment, and share. You heard me? Don't be selfish with it. Don't be selfish trying to keep us in your pocket, trying to keep us a secret and shit like that. Go ahead and share this shit because other people need to get in on it. You heard me?
This is along to Yuri with the Homos Love. So Yuri, hit it up. Let's do it.
Alright, so it's your girl Yuri V. I'm here with Homos Love, long distance love. When is it worth the effort? What's too far apart, and what about another country? I think long distance love is fine if y'all have already met to the distance. I think it's fine, especially if y'all been dating for a while. But if it's a new relationship, it's only a month or 2 in, and then the distance comes, that's too fresh. And there's not going to be a real commitment. Somebody's liable to find something else that they're interested in. There's nothing holding y'all together but a conversation y'all had a couple of times. And maybe some video chats. And video chats aren't going to hold up if y'all don't have, the history against somebody that's right there in the city with them. So distance is fine as long as y'all have the history. So distance with history is okay, but without the history, no, absolutely not. I think no. So it doesn't matter, different country or whatever, y'all are gonna make it work if y'all got the history. If y'all don't have the history, it's like, why am I paying $72 to get on this bus to come see you when I got this right next door that's ready to whatever. So you need the history. But how do you feel, Troy?
Okay, well, I used to think long distance love was good until I realized I'm not one of those people that's for it. I'm not one of those people that's for long distance now in my life because I've tried long distance before and I realized I'm the type of person where I want to hold you, I want to feel you, I want to touch you, I want to squeeze you. I need you to be right next to me. And with everything being so accessible nowadays, like you said, with, quick boom and hurry right next door, why do I need to put myself in a situation where, but if we have history and we end up having to move separately because of business, then it's different for me. I'm willing to put in the time if this is what we've built, because the ultimate goal is we plan for this. Are you going to do that for 5 years? I'm going to go back and forth. You're going to go back and forth. If there's some planning involved and we decide to do this as a unit, then I'm super down for it. But I just think it's going too far with moving in with somebody you barely even know, because, especially moving states, to be with someone, the one thing I've realized in that, especially with, moving somebody to your states, per se, specifically, who don't have no family, no friends, nobody they don't know, that's not good, because they're going to make it all about you, but you're still living your life daily. You still have your family, your friends, but they don't have nobody, so they're going to be clinging to you, and then because they don't have their own support system there, it's just going to be a problem, because they're going to feel like you don't support them. They're going to feel like it's just going to be, so I realize that's what could be a problem for bringing someone from long distance into where you are, moving someone in too soon. But to be with someone who's long distance, to me, would have to be history. I would have to be with you for a while. It just happened, and we're making a sacrifice.
All right, well, Nick, I need your expert opinion.
I think that if you're already together and someone has to move for work or something, I think it's fine. But I wouldn't recommend starting a relationship and it's long distance. Unless you guys have a plan. Okay, I want to move there in 6 months or a year or something like that. You have a plan in place, and it would just really depends on can you find a job there? What is that going to look like? Do you see yourself moving in with someone so soon? I don't recommend moving in with someone that soon. So long distance relationships, I think they can work, but it's some people have challenges with making, you know, a regular relationship work when you're in the same city. So do you want to add the extra stress onto your relationship? And I believe that it's someone in your city for you as well. So shop around your city, you know, why add the extra stress? But I think you can make it work. You need to set some ground rules and things like that, and then do a lot of scheduled dates, like with video chatting, maybe having dinner at the same time each night. So at 7 p.m., let's do video chat, let's eat together and things like that, so you can feel like you're here with me. But know yourself, like Troy said, he need his partner to be there, you know.
Yeah, and then like at least, you know, one day out the month, take a day off of work and y'all go visit each other in each other's city, or if it's the country, take a week off or whatever and make time. If it's, you would do that for somebody you got that kind of history with.
Yeah, and if you can afford it. So, I mean, you have to, right?
Well, I ain't gonna say that, because I would say y'all can help each other. I know if I'm with somebody, I'm going to expect them to, you know, to meet certain goals. So if you want me to come, I want you to at least put half towards my trip or whatever. But, you know, and if you come, I'll put half towards your trip or whatever, because it's both of us. I want you here or you want me there. We need to help each other out to make this work.
I think that makes sense. I agree with that 100%. Yep. Yeah, I agree with teamwork. I feel like it's important there's no I in team, so you got to know that you're building a team together, and you're two different people coming from two different walks of life to make one life together. So, you know, you have to learn to agree to disagree. I feel like, you know, everyone wants to be right and be heard and be loud, but it's like, okay, well, you know, we all have our moments, and I feel like agreeing to disagree is way much better, because it's not like you're right or you're wrong. It's like, this is a situation where maybe not agree on right now, so let's agree to disagree and move on. You know, that's why people hold on to things and be fussing about things, and I feel like people are honest with the little things, what they really want. I think that's the biggest thing. People get with somebody, and, you know, they might not be 100% sexually satisfied, but instead of really having a real-ass conversation about not being sexually satisfied, they'll creep out or they'll get attention from somebody else on Instagram or Facebook or something like that, versus just being honest about, you know, what's real. So you got to deal with people living in the same city on Instagram and Facebook. How you going to deal with somebody else living in a whole other state where you don't even see? So yeah, I just think that it crosses too many boundaries when you're not able to check in with that person physically often, because you could tell me anything. We could go have dinner together at 7 o'clock every night, and then at 9 o'clock at night after we go to dinner, because we both go to bed, I could just go be home, and still live my life and have a boyfriend that lives there or a girlfriend that lives here, and still be doing what I want to do at night. So I'm not with it. No, I just think too much and hurt too much. Just think people are just don't really truly know themselves. And like RuPaul said, how the hell are you gonna love yourself if you don't love nobody else? How you gonna love somebody else if you don't love yourself first? Like, it makes sense. Like, you gotta love you first, because you can't really give genuine love to somebody else if you don't love you first. Like, I noticed amongst a lot of black people, especially black families, they was growing up, they didn't tell their family they loved them. They didn't tell the kids they loved them. They didn't tell them, you know, wrap their arms around them. Like, I'm like, in my family, I'm like, wow, like, so my grandma never told y'all she loved y'all. Like, you know, she never, you know, wrapped her arms around you, gave you a hug. And they're like, no. Like, and I'm like, that's crazy to me, to know that my mom and her sisters grew up like in a household like that. So people are always looking for other things out in these streets, looking for love in all the wrong places for the most part. And so you just gotta be cautious of who you are, know who you are, and know what you're getting yourself into, because people will lie. Even with Facebook, and you could just press a button and Facebook them and be like, hey, I can't, my phone broke, this service don't let me do that, I can't use the Wi-Fi, I gotta go to the library. Like, if anything, like, if you can't show me who you are and I can't experience you for what it is without really touching you, then I don't want it, because it's superficial, because you could be whoever you want to be on the other side. I can't believe people still being catfish in 2019. How? It's like, how?
Can I ask Yuri a question?
Yes, ask Yuri a question.
I know earlier you said that sometimes you're not always upfront about your age. I wanted to ask, like, why is that? Or sometimes you're not upfront about, like, your birth date. Like, why is it sometimes that you, I guess, you know, sometimes tell a story about that?
Okay, so I hang out with everybody, all age groups. But as soon as, especially the younger crowd, like if we go out or whatever. Like it's only like a handful of us that drive or whatever. So we go out and we just having a good time and we're just being young and dumb or whatever. If they knew how old I really was, if they did that math, I become the mama of the group. Like they call me mama or whatever, but they don't look at me as like the older woman. Like they still let me be me. They don't be like, you know, like, why you didn't tell me not to do that? It's like, I don't feel like it's the only time I feel like I need to step in and give you some advice is if I know it's going to mess you up financially. But as far as you drinking and stuff like that, like, I don't want to be like, girl, you don't need to have no more drinks, because at the end of the day, I'm just be like, bitch, you don't need to be driving. I'm going to drive you home. But I don't need to be telling you, no, you don't need to be drinking. No, that outfit is too risque. That's not appropriate. Like, I don't want to be that kind of mom. Like, I want to be somebody that you can hang out with. I'll tell you what you need to hear if you ask me, but I'm never going to be the one like, what is you doing? Like, no. Why your house look like this? Like, I want you to be authentically you, and if it's something I can't deal with, I'll make my time with you this much instead of this much, you know. So, I just, whenever I say my age, a lot of people, try to put me in a box. Like, if they knew how old I was performing, like I'm just starting to perform.
Okay.
But a lot of people can't figure out how old I am. They say that I perform like some of the old school girls, but as far as they know, they just think I've been training with the older girls. So they just think I just hang out with an older crowd. They don't know that I'm actually from that era. So
even when you date, though, you don't. You say like when you dating, like when you go on dating.
No, when I'm dating, it isn't until you become down to that last two that I start sharing stuff. But I don't never let the boys know the name that I changed from unless we've been in it for at least 6 months to a year. Like, I'm not going to tell you what my name was before I changed it. Like, that's none of your business. Because some guys, as soon as they get mad, they call you by that name, trying to be funny.
I already heard that. I figured that. Yeah, so maybe we should save it. Maybe we should save it to marriage, and then not tell you because they're already in it. Because I feel like a boyfriend might get beat up saying some shit like that.
But I think that's a good sign, though. I think that's a good way to find out who that person is. If someone get that angry that they're going to call you by that name, that's a red flag. That okay, even if they did that in the 3rd month, that's a red flag. Maybe I shouldn't continue to date this person if they want to hurt me and go beneath the belt. If they want to hurt me on the belt.
I give you other stuff to talk about, but a lot of the guys that that trans girls tend to date are all in the same pot, and so there's usually like a crap load of girls, and then it's like maybe 6 boys, and a lot of those boys be dating several of the girls at the same time. And so the moment that you tick him off, he's with the next girl sharing all your business. Like, yeah, she not even that cute. She got these little titties. Like the way that you camouflage your body or whatever before you going out or whatever to compliment you, he's telling all your little secrets to the next girl. And as soon as she know your name, she's like, oh yeah, what's up, Myron?
I don't know what to do. I can't take it. What am I going to do? So damn fine. Don't know what to do. I can't take it. What am I going to do? So damn fine. Can I touch you? Can I touch you? Can I touch you? Can I touch you? Can I hold you? Can I hold you? Can I hold you? Can I kiss you? You're my vision of the day. Excuse me if I wanna play. Come with me. What do you say? Septimius, by the way. By the way. By the way.